to reframe fear of failure, what if I told you, actually, there's only 3 ways to fail? When you quit, when you don't improve, or when you never try. What if I were to tell you that that pit that you feel in your stomach when you're about to try something that makes you nervous, that pit, that's not there to scare you. That feeling is there to tell you that something must be worth it, or you'd be feeling nothing.
It was something that I'd never seen. I've seen a lot of presentations here and all my former organization, but his was in the class of his own. You know, beautiful stories, unbelievable ending. So I was the first one to stand up at the end because it just made me feel there is a lot that we each can do.
That's my forte, is evaluating, and he was he was so engaging. I was looking around and people were taking notes and taking shots and sighing and crying.
It was excessively riveting, so it was very engaging. You didn't want to look away because you're afraid that you're miss something, and there was a lot of laughter moments, and it really made you at peace.
Psychology is super clear on what you need to do when you feel that fear of criticism kicking in. The first thing you need to do is decide who gets to criticize you, because not all criticism is created equal. Not everybody gets a seat at the table. Your boss's boss, okay. Your key coworkers, yeah, okay. Your spouse, definitely, right? But you know what? Bob in accounting and your mother-in-law, they can pound salt.
Very personal, internal, very guttural. He connected with me in a manner that very few people connect.
Brilliant speaker, knowledgeable. Obviously, he's done a lot in his past, but as a speaker, he's very humble. He connects with you.
I wish I had a dime for every time that I berated myself for my differences, for forgetting that sometimes the enemy is the internal man. A dime for every time that I felt lesser than in comparison to. Forgetting that the only comparison that matters is to who I was yesterday and whether or not I've become a better version of myself.
Insightful, motivating, engaging.
I would say this presentation was very inspiring, extremely insightful. But even more than that, it allowed people to connect.
If a friend came up to you and said, "Oh man, I just blew a meeting with my boss. Oh my gosh, I thought I was ready. She started peppering me questions I wasn't ready." And so you're listening, and you're taking in all the facts, and then about 10 minutes go by, you're done listening. You say, "Okay, listen, I've heard all the facts, and I've come to the conclusion that you are a complete loser." Would you say that to your friend in need? No. So why would you talk to yourself that way?
I took a lot of pictures of what he presented, and I made notes.
He had a lot of enthusiasm. He has a lot of great evidence-based research. And I'm personally going through a lot of drama in my life right now, and just hearing that, he really touched on some emotions, made me, really start to think about believing myself.
As soon as Scott made his takeaway available, I downloaded them, and they're in my inbox as we speak.